who you thought was really good outside of Hart, Cornette, and Heenan, because it seems like those are the three people talk about the most.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Randy?
Either one of you, but I was talking to you because I was kind of looking at you.
Well, like I can really see.
See, when I talk to you, I still talk in the microphone. See how that works, man?
Well, I'm talking in the microphone now.
So who would it be, Rip? Can you think of anybody? I'm trying to think who I would think. Turbo and Floyd, you can chime in too if you'd like.
Those top three would be it for me. With Heenan being number one, he's definitely my favorite. Jimmy Hart was he managed the Outrunners last year for a match. So
he did. Well,
yeah,
he's got to be in the top three then.
He's tied for number one. Yeah, you see, he managed the Outrunners. That got him really over. And then Cornette, even though he hates us, yeah, he's definitely up there.
Well, I think Jimmy, he just wants you to I think he wants you to spin more.
I mean, he always said you'd like killed the business or whatever. He didn't really say he hated you.
I know. That's just a good rib now. Jim Cornette's favorite tag team, the Outrunners.
That's right. You put that on there still?
You should be introduced as that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be great.
It could be.
Jim Cornette's favorite tag team. I'll get that in the Starcade video.
All right. And then, maybe he'll finally recognize that he knows both of us and won't dog us so hard anymore.
That would be awesome. Now, you have had interaction with Cornette in the past? How do you?
I met him at OVW a few times, but when I was doing tree work in Louisville, I did his tree work. So I talked to him every time I was there. And he didn't know who I was. I say, hey, Rip says hi. And then he would start talking. He'd go off about Rip and wrestling. And we talked for a while. And then I do his tree work and leave. And then I get on.
That might be the best story I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So you did tree work at his house. Then you're on AEW. And he reviews your match like he's never seen you before and shits all over you.
Yes.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And the same with Truth, because they work close together. That's how he got the Ring of Honor run that he had back in the day, was through when Cornette was with it. He got it through Cornette. Right. So he knows exactly who he is. He just must not have recognized. I mean, he looks different. I look different than when I did when I was doing his tree, when I was climbing trees for him. But yeah.
That is classic. Somebody needs to point that out to him, man. Anyway, I can't think of one manager outside the top three. That was kind of the question that nobody answered. So good back and forth here on Ask Rip Rogers Live.
Well, I like Dr. Ken Ramey.
See, people talk about him. Was he before my time? I don't really remember.
Dr. Ken Ramey. Oh yeah, he was always like the interns and Dr. Ken Ramey.
Yeah,
he was a referee. Started for Nick Goulas years and years ago. And the highlight with Dr. Ken Ramey, I was living at Miss T's in Atlanta where all the boys stayed for $67 a week in 1984, 1985. And he gimmicked the antenna. So I got the free cable. So he was over with me. Dr. Ramey was.
That's cool. Yeah, I do hear Cornette talk about him. I just never really remember seeing him. So I'm one of the youngest men alive too, I guess. Speaking of managers, does Rip remember a guy from Memphis named Ronald P. Gossett?
Ronnie P. Gossett, the greatest ever. He was
the greatest.
He was the
greatest ever.
Well, I forgot about him till you just said that. Ronnie P. Gossett was so funny. He must have weighed about 400 pounds. And he could just jiggle that fat. Then when he turned babyface, he'd do the Fargo strut, and everybody would love him. But he was the actual ring announcer. Every Saturday night, we'd wrestle in Chattanooga, working for Nick Goulas. We'd do TV, then we'd go out, and he would always buy. And he had sort of a love. He was a mama's boy, and he's never been in a committed relationship with a female. And he sort of had a crush on Randy, so he always bought our food. We'd go out. So Ronnie P. Gossett, and as a rib, Randy had him one night. Kid Lucas was working, and he'd always go, 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes. So he waited 10 minutes to say 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes. The Kid Lucas is selling, turns around, he gets up and says, "Fuck you, Fat Albert." 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes. Good Rip. There's a new story. I'll probably say it next time. I won't remember anyway.
That was new. I haven't heard that one.
Gossett. Man, was he good.
Well, who's the bigger guy? I think was liked guys from Tennessee. I can't think of his name. Manager. Always in Tennessee. I think he managed that Colorado kid for a while, or California kid.
Burt Prentice.
Burt Prentice. Was Ronnie P. Gossett anything like Burt Prentice?
Oh, he was way over the top more than Burt Prentice.
Oh, he was?
Oh, yeah.
I think I remember it. I think I remember
See,
who he
Burt
was.
did everything. He was a real promoter, and he worked everybody, worked everything, had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
With benefits. What
My boy.
Colorado. How you doing? One night we was wrestling somewhere in Arkansas, and he said, "Rip, you're on last against the Colorado kid." He said, "Can you have a 5-minute cage match? Because after 10 o'clock they charge me an extra $100 for the building." I said, "I can give you a 2-minute cage match. It don't matter to me. I've already been paid. So what the hell, right?"
5-minute cage match.
But we did it a 2 match. Then he says, "Well, you cut it even shorter." I said, "Well, hell, if it's a first round knockout, it's a first round knockout, right? It's what you wanted." Wow. Memories, baby.
Memories, baby.
My bomb.
Hey, I was Rip's manager again. Is it the Colorado kid or California kid? Colorado?
There was 2 of them.
Which one did I manage you against?
I can't remember. That's when the kid took the gimmick out of your pocket?
Yeah, I have it right here. I still have it. This was probably in 1993, probably 30 years ago, I bet. How old am I? No, I wasn't 19, was I? Well, I might have been.
You might have been.
About 30 years ago.
How did we come up with that? You're managing me? Did you want to, or did I just say you're going out there with me, or what?
No, I always bothered you all the time about wanting to be your manager.
I can't
remember. It could have been 90. I was like 97. I just graduated from college.
Okay. Lifelong dream to manage his uncle.
That's right. And Rip, well, I think you just wanted a ride. I had a new car. I think you wanted me to drive. It was somewhere in Illinois.
Did you have me something to eat too?
No, you're like, show up at Crossroads Gym, pick me up at this time. We're going to go. And I was like, sweet. We get there. We take Manny the Weasel Valverde with us. T Weasel with the big camcorder, like the old school camcorder. The video is like upside down and sideways, and he's walking around the whole time. And I think I've lost it. We're in the dressing room. We find a pencil. Rip tapes it up like this, tells me to put it in my pocket. And anytime he comes over, with the handout, to give it to him. And anytime he tries to give it back, put it back in my pocket. Well, I had these like big jeans on because you saw I'm a rap star. So back then, all of us rappers, we had the big baggy jeans, and I had these pockets that were real deep. So every time I put it in there, it was too hard for me to get my hand down to get it out. So I just left it in the side of my pocket sticking out a little bit so it'd be easier. Some little fucking kid, probably first, second grade in the front row, comes and takes it out of my pocket.
Well, he's scared of you, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was terrified of me. Takes it out of my pocket. You can see on the film, all these security guards come and take the thing back from the kid and give it to me so I can keep using it in the match with Rip. It was so great. I said, Rip, what kind of grade do you give me after that? And he goes, well, the kid stole your gimmick out of your pocket. You got the gimmick stolen by a first grader. I think you end up giving me a C+ still, though, so not too bad.
That's above average.
Above average.
What the hell, right?
Yeah, big gold and a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band wrap, and when it pop, bitches sound like a hand clap.